We on? Okay, yeah, we're live now. Hey, everybody. So, I'm trying something super different today. I'm going to watch Hathaway's Flash live, and I guess I'm gonna, kind of speak my mind as I'm rewatching it. Now, just so you guys know, I watched it last night in Japanese. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. I didn't find it like a transcendent, religious experience like I did Gundam NT, but nonetheless, I'm going to give this a shot and just kind of speak my mind as I'm watching it. All right, so I'm watching the dub. Yo, Mark. Hey, dude. I'm going to watch Hathaway's Flash and talk about it, I guess. Hey, Dylan. Glad to see you're here, too. Yeah, so I'm not playing the game today. I'm just going to try to react to the movie, pretty much. All right, so I'm starting the movie now. If you guys, before I start, have you guys seen the movie? Because I'm just going to be completely probably spoiling it because I'm just going to be talking off the top of my head. That good with you guys? Just so I know. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, let's try this out and see if it works. When I watched the movie last night, I watched the Japanese version. Now I'm watching the Netflix dub. I wasn't blown away by the Japanese version, but I did appreciate that Gigi sounded like Quest in a way. I don't know, just that kind of manic pixie, insane prophetic woman that destroys your life. All right, so we're at the Haro logo. Got some great sounds of bouncing clocks and all that stuff. Okay. So yeah, Hathaway's Flash. I waited my entire life to see this movie. So we start off with some great shots of the colonies. This is clearly a setup where there's multiple colonies on one side. Looking good. We got the moon. Moon looks hella good. I will say, Mark, why don't you like NT? I kind of loved NT except for the villain. I know, I was really happy that we got a Zeta throwback. Okay, so now we're on the space shuttle. It's very fancy. We got some different people on the shuttle. It's zero gravity. Everything looks hella cool. They're all eating and stuff. Kenneth Slegg shows up. He's drinking champagne. Hathaway's across from him reading a blurry book that I can't make out. Wonder what that book is. I wonder if Gigi is a cyber new type. She's very perceptive. Gigi also touches on the fact that Slag is apparently divorced, probably. Otherwise, he's cheating on his wife. But he's really aggressively cheating on his wife, so I think he's divorced. Maybe the stream wasn't that good idea. I really like the MAFD logo. I dig the combination of elements they've got in it. Okay, now we have a great shot of the space shuttle flying towards Earth. Getting into movies really nails space. And the shuttle's landing. I really appreciate this really cool prologue scene. UC 105. Ah, shoot, since I'm watching a bootleg, this isn't translated well. I kind of remember it off the top of my head. It's been like 105 years since people moved into space, 12 years since Char's Rebellion. Then we got the GOP plant with the booster that it normally only has in the Gunpla. Yeah, Mark, I actually totally dug narrative because it was like narrative was an exploration of the consequences of Gundam's lore. And I really thought that was a groundbreaking and shocking concept to make a movie around. Plus, Zeta and Double Zeta were like completely full of space ghosts, so it's not that different a concept, really. All right, so now Kenneth is like hitting on this airline stewardess who looks vaguely reminiscent of Nina Purpleton. I got stuck on the scene for like an hour last night because my stream was like glitching out. Great shot of the GAP plant with the booster as it flies away. Ah, damn, can't get any more GAP plant action in this movie. Alright, then the Mafty terrorists invade the plane in Halloween costumes. They kill a dude. This plane hijacking is surprisingly well done considering it was done by a group of imposters. Got the pirate guy and the witch guy taking the pilots hostage. By the way, I had no idea what to expect of this movie going into it. I had vague stories for. I had vague spoilers given to me years ago for like the overall story of this arc, but I'm a little disappointed that these guys turned out to be imposters because the freaking Pumpkinhead guy was so promoted. The old people are crying. Serves them right for going to Earth. Again, Pumpkinhead guy, pretty damn cool. Completely sad he was a decoy. I was hoping he was going to be like the mass villain of this show, but totally just like a side red herring. Hmm. It's weird that Giggy is watching like a Flash cartoon, but it's like really, really elaborate looking. Hmm. I missed this line in the sub version, but two people point out that Giggy is basically a mistress. That's one way of putting it. Very interesting. The fake terrorists have killed a person, so I guess that makes them real terrorists. Hathaway's arc in this one was pretty damn interesting. The real interesting thing about this movie is that how much Hathaway has changed since CCA, but they don't let on to that right away because he's actually doing an act the entire like first half of the movie, which is really fascinating actually. It's like seeing someone you haven't seen in a few years and like them pretending to be the same, but actually they've changed a lot. It's really weird actually. And now they kill the dude's wife, and the pumpkin's all bloody. I'll be honest, I had issues watching this scene last night, so this scene's the one I'm like seeing the most differently. And then Hathaway goes all Rambo on these guys. Slag helps out. The camera angles they pulled off on this movie are really insane for animation. Like I have no idea how they did some of these. I mean, some of them are clearly like advanced digital like fake cameras on top of animation, but still, it's really impressive. There's a guy who kind of looks like the Joker, and Slag kills him. Bonk. It's funny that the Earth ground forces are very reminiscent of the Australian team from 0083, especially in terms of their like hot weather uniforms. It's pretty cool. I've never been to the Philippines, but I want to say this film depicts it pretty accurately. God, I love that Hiroyuki Sawano music. So mysterious. Giggy being cool as hell. I like Giggy a lot, although the red in her eyes makes her like seem unrealistic to me. It's like kind of an anime trope, especially a recent anime trope. Hmm. I'm really curious about how this Owen Belly Australia thing is going to play out. I noticed that the movie cuts out right before Hathaway dives down an embarrassing rubber slide. I think that's kind of funny that they didn't show him do it. All right, anyway, now we got the credits. The credits are weird. I don't think I dig the song because it's in English. And the credits just show CG models of the mobile suits, which, I don't know, feels more like a video game than a movie to me. Song's not terrible, but it's just kind of weird for me. I guess the song isn't that bad. I mean, I definitely like the complexity of it. Oh, hey, the Alpha Azerio's in there. Oh, I missed that last time. Oh shit, yeah, it's showing the Alpha Azerio fighting the new. Interesting. Nice thing about doing this rewatch is I can catch these little details I missed the first time around. Hathaway drinks ginger ale. And the old people from the plane notice him now. Who is this old lady? She knows Hathaway. Interesting. Hathaway's wondering about if there's some kind of connection between the police organization and the Manhunter organization. The Manhunter organization seems to be really interesting. They seem to be basically Earth ice, which is a really fucked up concept. Giggy's still hanging out in the airport, drinking a blue whatever. Giggy is such a weird character. She is kind of obviously a cyber new type, but she also seems much older than any cyber new types we've seen up till now. Hmm. It's interesting that Giggy is assuming that Hathaway killed the fake Mafty people in the spit of passion. Hmm. Mark, Dylan, thanks for putting up with me. I know this isn't the most interesting stream. Once again, if you guys want to ask me questions, that would probably give me more to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just kind of like soaking this in right now. Giggy is such a weird character. Gigi? Pretty sure they were calling her Gigi in the Japanese dub, but in the English dub it's Gigi. I guess Gigi sounds more correct. Hmm. I do kind of hate that so much of this movie takes place either in an airport or on an airplane. That seems like its weak point. Honestly, watching this movie makes me feel like I'm just in an airport. Kind of interesting that Hathaway's getting like a massive like comped hotel from the EFS. I guess Giggy's at the same hotel too. Nice future car. Hmm. We go straight from the hotel to the airport. There's this really beautiful shot of the hotel. This whole thing feels a little bit like a travel video. Okay. Very, very interesting. It really did give Giddy a giant apartment. Although I wonder if that has anything to do with her being a mistress. And God, that's a hell of a view. Plus the whole infinity pool thing. This is such a travel video. I dig the conversation they're having. This is the kind of conversation I'd like to have in a Gundam series. Hathaway packed light. Owen Belly. That is such a random. I wonder if Slag was just saying that to like test Hathaway. And here Hathaway sees her boobs, but I don't. Hathaway name drops Quest, and then he's in a really amazing garden. That garden looks realer than real. There's a weird giant chicken. They're in Davao. Oh, he was reading on botany. That girl is so cute. Definitely my kind of girl. We got a typical Asian electronics shop, complete with a 1995 era computer playing solitaire. Yeah, Miheshia. That is exactly my kind of woman. Oh, hey, Jollibee. I've never been to Jollibee. There was one in LA I almost went to. I mean, I know it's just Asian fried chicken, but it's supposedly really famous. Has anyone ever been to Jollibee? Oh my god, such Jollibee product placement. Now I like borderline want to see a Jollibee. Where is a Jollibee? Where is the nearest Jollibee to me? Jollibee. See locations. Oh, no way. There's actually one close to here. Wow. Wow, there's actually one. There's actually a Jollibee 4 miles from my house. Holy shit. It's so weird. Alright, we're currently going there. I'm going to go to Jollibee and I'm going to pretend I'm Hathaway Noah. That's my next goal. Wow, there's actually a couple of them around here. I mean, there's only like 6 of them, but they're all close together, which is so weird. Huh. Weird, weird, weird. Alright, that's my new goal. I'm going to go to Jollibee because this movie has brainwashed me. Alright, so here we see the awesome Jigen shoots you in the face version. Thought this was going to be a bigger deal, but whatever. Shit ton of cool electric cars here. Hathaway hops in a taxi cab and drives away from Jollibee. There's also a place called Brian's Taco Shop. Weird. I need to stop commenting on this thing. All right, snooze this. Okay. So far, this movie's a little bit slow. Hathaway's eating a delicious fish hotel dinner. And Slade shows up. Hmm. So they're mentioning that Hathaway got a kill during CCA. But as I recall, the only thing he killed was freaking Chen in the Ridgely. Hmm. Interesting. I wonder if they gave him the credit for killing Quest, even though he actually killed Chan. Hmm. Vague scene of Gigi dancing while Hathaway cries in bed about social inequality. Looking at the infinite credit card he has. Then we get an awesome flashback to CCA where you see the new Gundam for like a second. Hathaway's being really like prophetic right now. Definitely earning that King of the Prophets title. And pretty good music transition into the first actual mobile suit battle of the movie. How long into this movie are we? Wow, 40 minutes before we see a real mobile suit battle. Jeez. No wonder this movie felt so slow. Hmm. It's also really interesting that Mafty is using the Zaku S suit. I want to assume that implies that they're the villains, but the movies are clearly set from Hathaway's point of view, which makes for a really, really nice juxtaposition. Totally digging this song. It's very classic Gundam. God, I love how good they rendered the 360 cockpit in this movie. It really does feel realistic. Yeah, and the battle in this one looks just so realistic. It's crazy. That scene with the air raid looks crazy realistic. It's interesting that Gigi calls out Quest Hathaway on his bullshit here. Like, he's clearly acting through this whole scene, and it's very interesting. Then they meet some asshole in the elevator. Gigi exhibits subtle new type protection powers. These people are hot and sweaty. They just had sex. Gigi kind of lets on that she knows more than she says she knows, or that she knows more than the way she's acting. Gigi is a very interesting character. She comes off better in the dub than the Japanese version. In the dub version, she comes off like a typical cyber new type teenager, which might be completely more typical to what they're expecting. The dub makes her come off as more perceptive, which is interesting. I mean, it was clear that she could see through Hathaway's bullshit, but it's very interesting the way her character is rendered. Okay, now Mafty's going off script, thus confusing his own people who are there to pick him up. And we get our first in-movie shot of the Penelope. Hathaway name drops Anaheim, assuming that they screwed them over. The Messer is a really interesting suit. It's basically just a Zaku with a big shield. But it's a big Zaku. A very big Zaku. Alright, the Penelope's going into battle. It's really fascinating the way they've rendered the Penelope ultimately. Its mobile armor mode makes it seem very more Titans. Again, this whole thing is kind of like a throwback to Zeta Gundam with the EFS being the bad guys again. It's pretty interesting how in Gundam how they wobble back and forth between justified and unjustified. Whoa, melting. God, that cockpit view is so good in this movie. Hey, what's her face's Messer loses an engine and starts losing altitude. Gigi and Hathaway are toiling in debris. It's a very post 9/11 kind of scene. Hathaway realizes they're going to get crushed by falling debris. And he gets Gigi out of there. What's her face is right behind him. Maybe Hathaway should have just taken Gigi with him at this point. The hotel they were in is dead. The hotel they're in looks like the hotel that's right behind me in my background. Funny. What's-her-face tries to talk some sense into Hathaway. All right, it's Galman who got shot down. All right, now I remember that. All right, this is a good scene. They're like toiling in a building. Gigi's having some weird like PTSD moment. Emeralda's trying to get Hathaway to be sensible. Gigi's having a cyber nuke type freakout moment. Hathaway's keeping everyone running. And one of those Gustav Karls is on the building, crushing it to death. It's so interesting finally seeing this era in Gundam history. Oh, and then her purse burns to death. Haha, take that purse. Alright, Galman's almost getting killed here, but Gigi and Hathaway are also having a weird sexual moment. Man, it's really interesting how much Quest fucked up Hathaway. I can honestly relate to that. Jeez. Sympathy. And this music is just freaking beautiful. I think we lost Dylan. Or maybe we lost Mark. Either way, there's just one of you guys here. Oh well, this stream was probably not my best idea. Well, I tried it anyway. I'll keep going for the rest of the movie and then probably privatize this so it can never be seen again. Hey, Dylan, you're the one who's still here. All right. Oh, now we get to the really cool CCA flashback moment. Yeah, hey Dylan. I guess it was actually Mark who left. Oh well. Thanks for always being here for me. You're a good guy, man. Appreciate you. All right. Here comes down the Penelope. It's got a mono eye in its torso. It's so interesting. I feel like the mono eye in its torso is new. I don't think that was there before. Lane Aim is a weird character. He feels like a weak copy of Amuro who doesn't really do that much. I find it hilarious that they added a Gundam face to the Z's torso and they added a mono eye to the Penelope's torso. That's probably the corniest thing they have done. Hmm. Gigi's drinking something or other. Yeah, I think Mark came back. Welcome back, Mark. And now it's the next day, and whoa, there's a firefighter jegging. That's kind of cool. I didn't notice that before. Putting out the fires with a giant fire hose. And Gigi went to the EFFS gift shop. The EFFF also has a full buffet breakfast. Gigi gets fucking steak for breakfast. Hathaway gets bread and a salad. Possibly a soup too. Hmm. This frank sexual conversation is really awkward. Huh. Interesting turnaround later in the day. Hmm. Twin snakes indeed. Nice shot of the moon. Okay, so Hathaway is going down the road into Val to get on a ferry. Great shot of the ferry terminal. God, I haven't been to a ferry terminal in years. That's exactly what they look like, though. Davao. Where's Davao? In the Philippines. Hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting place for a vacation, all right. Can't say it seems like the best place. Looks hot as hell. Might be nice to visit in the fall, though. Wow, it's like really close to the equator, too, now that I look at it. Hmm. Been a while since we had to take a vacation, hasn't it? So Hathaway ends up on a beach where he's picked up by a random sailboat. Sailboat doing its sailboat thing. Okay, then Matthew travels by boat with Esmeralda. The boat is fast as fuck. Hathaway's pretty sure that Kenneth will eventually figure out he's Mafty. Then we get a really nice aerial shot of the Philippines. Then from the yacht, they get on a plane. A lot of steps to get Mafty where he's going. Gigi doing some really weird stuff with a pen. Gigi is like such a mistress right now. More great shots of the Philippines. As Hathaway takes an airplane ride. Huh. So then we got colony wreckage. I wonder if this is the Operation British Colony. I mean, they're on that side of the planet, so it's not impossible. Oh god, Pepsi Blue is back? Not sure if I should be intrigued or horrified. Okay, so now they're at the Mafty base. It's very familiar. Like, a lot of this feels like Zeta Gundam. Like, this all feels like the old AU base, except it's an actual base. Miheshia is a cutie. Apparently, Kimberly or Owen Belly is being attacked by the Gustav Karls. Movie's almost over. Most interesting stuff happens at the end of the movie. And I dropped my phone. Yeah. Really need to clean my floor. One thing I did get out of watching the Japanese version that I'm not getting out of the dub is that Gigi had a weird way of referring to Kenneth Slegg. I mean, she calls him Captain, but she called him in like the same sing-songy voice that Quest used to call Char, which was a nice touch. Yeah, Maheshi is hot. Another scene with Lane Aim, who is a very shallow character. He gets some development at the end of the movie. Nice still drawn shot of the Penelope, some behind. This was an interesting scene where they pick up the Z Gundam. People who dubbed this did a good job dubbing Hathaway. He sounds kind of like I would expect. Hmm. Slade being pretty violent here. Nice moment where they name drop Shar Aznable. It's sad to think that now that we're at this point in the timeline, Zeon's finally over. I mean, I guess Mafty kind of carries on the spirit, though. So now Galman's being used as a meat shield inside the Penelope, which is a pretty weird plan. I mean, again, it's very much a throwback back to Zeta when they used to use people as shields that way. A lot of good Zeta throwbacks in this one, but not as good as the ones in NT Gundam NT. And now we've got that cool space shuttle launch, which was awesome. I don't know how they put a space shuttle underwater, but fuck it, cool. I like the glows they put on the space scenes in the recent Gundam shows. Gives everything more of a night vibe. I'm not sure why the Z Gundam is in space in this scene. I mean, I guess it's because I don't really know how Mafty works yet. Emeralda has a custom commander type messer. Then we have this interesting high space scene where they're trying to grab the capsule. Although I'm not sure why the capsule's moving on its own. I don't really get that. Like, it almost seems like they're stealing this, but it's clearly their property, so it doesn't really make sense. This movie really nailed the 360 cockpits. Now, this scene's clearly CGI, but hell, it works. Honestly, they're just doing a really great job blending the CGI and the hand-drawn suit animation in this one. Although, actually, I think at this point, it's almost all CGI suit animation at this point. They've kind of been moving towards that way since Unicorn. I should have changed my name to Mafty Navu Aaron. Thought about it. Never had a good opportunity. Okay. Now they're going to intercept the capsule. And Mafty is declaring war on relationships. Good for him. And now there's this weird rewind moment. Where Hathaway like hallucinates Amuro. The Penelope is so weird looking. Why isn't Gauman falling over Lane Ames' 360 cockpit? They're upside down right now. Is he like handcuffs or something? And even if he was, like, unless his hands. Okay, actually, they do show he's tied to the chair, but that still doesn't explain why he's not like falling over. Like, they're clearly upside down at this moment. Okay, actually, he's being rocked back and forth pretty violently. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, now the ZG's parts are falling into the ocean. They lost a bunch of them here. Wow, the ZG is so much bigger than the Gustav Karl. It's pretty nuts. The Z looks good. I just realized it's some kind of play on words that he's calling the Z Gundam the ZG because it sounds like GG. And the Z and the Penelope meet for the first time. Cool moment where Hathaway shames Lane Aim into shitting out Gomon. Gives him a flashlight too, so he at least is somewhat easy to find. Man, the ZG has a thick cockpit. You can actually see the distance on this thing. It's got like a hallway to get into it. It's almost hilarious. Okay, now we got more of the Z Penelope fight. The Z has a really interesting head. It's interesting that the Z has more of a classic Gundam body, but the Penelope has more of a classic Gundam head. Yeah, once again, guys, sorry this stream kind of sucked. I just wanted to see what would happen. This honestly wasn't a great idea. Digging that mono eye on the Penelope, though. Gives it a lot of personality. Oh, hey, my stream is crashing. Or at least my stream of the video. What the F? Did it have to crash at the most exciting time in the movie? Ah, not cool. Not cool, life. Oh, what the F? Yeah, my stream of the movie just got really weird all of a sudden. Oh, I think it might continue off from where I was, though. I think I'm okay. I've only got 10 minutes left in the movie, too. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's going to continue from where I was at. If I'm not lambasted by ads. I'm watching the movie on a pirate website, even though I have Netflix. I lost my password, and this just seemed easier. Alright, there, the movie's continuing now. For what it's worth, I legitimately watched this on Netflix last night. Okay. So the Penelope crashed into the ocean. Lane aim is okay. He opens the door, flooding the Penelope. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's Hathaway's Flash the movie. Not the greatest Gundam movie. I mean, it was good. There were definitely interesting parts of it, but since it's only the introduction, it's really hard to judge this thing. I mean, it ends on a pretty positive note, but I don't know. Hmm. And then there's this girl at the end who's like giving Hathaway some weird pressure and a bottle of water. And then we go back to Kenneth and Gigi. Gigi talks vaguely about Bright. And the movie's winding down now. The end credits music is already playing. The movie's just not over yet. And yeah, Mafty's living on a boat. Good for him. Yeah, alright. Sorry, Mark and Dylan. Thanks for coming by, but yeah, this stream was kind of a failure, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this will work better if more people had shown up and like talked to me to keep me talking. Otherwise, I was just kind of like soaking in the movie. Maybe I'll try this again sometime. Although I guess based on what Mark's saying, I need to do a review of NT. So I don't think he appreciated it the way I did. All right, guys. I'll see you later.